Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with random reviews from the Overflow room. And we continue our slog backwards through the alphabet in letter H. And we're working on Bernard Herrmann. Oh gosh, it's so wonderful. In fact, I have to add something. There we go. Wait 1 second here. That's done. Here we are. Now we're ready to go. Thank you. Yeah, I have so much Bernard Herrmann, and I'm so happy to be able to talk about him because he's such a splendid composer. And we begin with one of his recordings for Unicorn Kanchana, way back in the day. This is 1975, actually. First, he recorded his own symphony, which is 34 minutes long. It's not terribly long. It's a good work. Is it a great symphony? Well, maybe not. It's a good symphony. It has arresting material. Sometimes his fondness for sequences reveals itself, maybe to the work's detriment in brief spots, but it's good to have it on disc. He wrote some very fine, serious music. The other work here that's really quite splendid is The Fantastics, a song cycle to words by Nicholas Breton, who lived from 1545 to 1626. And we've got some very good singers here: Michael Rippon, Muriel Dixon, John Amos, Gillian Humphreys, and the Thames Chamber Choir with the National Philharmonic, all conducted by Bernard Herrmann himself. So this is a valuable recording of some fairly interesting, or very interesting, actually, serious music by Herrmann. And so there you go. Whether you can still get it or not, I haven't a clue. The Egyptian. I love The Egyptian. This is 71 minutes of film score on Marco Polo, and it was a collaboration between Bernard Herrmann and Alfred Newman. And, what's really interesting about this is that apparently they got along very well, which was amazing because Bernard Herrmann didn't get along with anybody for any length of time. But this was a happy collaboration. And you've got, in this particular recording, which is let's see, it's the Moscow Symphony Orchestra and Choir under William Stromberg, and Marco Polo with reconstructions by the redoubtable John Morgan. It tells you who did what. Most of it is by Herrmann. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 out of 30 tracks are by Alfred Newman. So it's a wonderful sort of like faux Orientalist, Hollywood cast of thousands, slam-banging extravaganza. And it's quite a lavish and enjoyable score. And it's fun to listen to the various tracks and see if you can identify who wrote what. That's part of the fun. Because, when we talk about film music, we're often sort of poo-pooing the fact that these composers actually wrote, had to write in every kind of style. And so they had no individual personality. But they did. They really did. I mean, even when they were imitating other composers, Herrmann had a very distinctive style. So did Alfred Newman. So I won't tell you what they were. You can listen and figure out yourself. That would be quite enjoyable. Then we've got Brian De Palma, Sisters. Sisters is one of those creepy slasher type things, crazy women killing people and stuff. And oh my goodness, this was a fun. The Solution, The Clinic, and Hypnotic Trance. The Dream, The Syringe. Separation Nightmare, Breton's Murder, Dirge. Philip's Murder, The Scar, The Pills. Oh yeah, this is really grisly. If I recall rightly. A lot of these, when I got these soundtracks, I hadn't seen the films. And a lot of them I still haven't seen because the truth of the matter is I'm interested in the music and I have almost no curiosity about the films. I'm just not visually activated. I know a lot of you are, and a lot of you know far better than I do what actually happens in the movies. All I know is that the music's fun to listen to, and so I leave it at that. And then we've got, a classic. Joel McNeely of the Royal Scottish National Orchestra in the full score to Marnie. Yeah, Marnie is another one of those sort of noirish films that I never paid much attention to. But, this is perfect material for Bernard Herrmann, of course, because, Bernard Herrmann was into all of that dark, romantic, neo English, Gothic romance stuff. Marnie isn't really a Gothic romance. It's more modern than that. But it's fun. And this was one of his classic scores. And this is a fantastic new recording featuring the Royal Scottish Phil and McNeely and on Veray's Saraband, produced by Robert Townsend. This was recorded between 1999 and 2000, back when Veray's Saraband was still a going concern. And they were doing such wonderful work. Oh, wow, were they doing... speaking of wonderful work, wait a minute. How about the Three Worlds of Gulliver? Oh, yes. I loved Herrmann in fantasy mode. Those were so much fun. Those movies were so much fun. And this is, Gulliver, three worlds, right? He went to Brobdingnag and Lilliput and whatever else he went. And this was a fabulous movie. I remember watching it when I was a kid. And here's a recording they made with this. This is McNeely again in the Scottish National on Veray's Saraband from 2000. It was a vintage period for getting this stuff recorded, and thank God they did. It's wonderful. This one, particularly, The Worlds of Gulliver, has a lot of sort of English Baroque music in it. It's pastiche composing and Handelian in places, and it's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. So there we go. And once again, you notice in this particular film, by the way, in this particular score, most of these tracks are tiny, 2 minutes or less, a minute or less, but they are so full of character and atmosphere and so much fun to listen to because of the variety that Herrmann gets out of his very, very economical use of musical material. He gets his atmosphere, he lets you hear it and moves on. And it's tremendous. It really is. So there you go. Gulliver. Great stuff. And that's number 2 in our series of random reviews from the Overflow Room featuring Bernard Herrmann. And we have quite a few more to come. I'm really, really excited about that. I hope you are too. There's lots of good music in here. Keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.